Starmer previously vowed to step down as leader of the Labour Party if he were to be defeated. Now, Keir Starmer is facing significant challenges, and the calls for his resignation are becoming increasingly urgent. Public patience is wearing thin, and discontent is swelling like a storm before a downpour. Over 3 million voices are coming together in a demand for change, pushing his leadership to the edge of collapse. Could this signal the end of Starmer's tenure?
In relation to online and social media, the first thing I'd say is this is not a law-free zone. And I think that's clear from the prosecutions and sentencing. Today we're due sentencing for online behaviour. That's a reminder to everyone that whether you're directly involved or whether you're remotely involved, you're culpable and you will be put before the courts if you've broken the law. And so that's happening today, that sentencing. I do agree that we're going to have to look more broadly at social media after this disorder, but the focus at the moment has to be on dealing with the disorder and making sure that our communities are safe and secure.
What are the prospects for the Labour Party given the current situation? Could this petition serve as the catalyst for significant and irreversible political change? The excitement and discontent we are witnessing arise from profound disappointment in the party leadership, which appears more focused on maintaining its polished image than on enacting real change. When Starmer assumed office, he promised a new direction and a fresh perspective on politics. However, after years of waiting, many feel betrayed, as if they have been misled, since old promises remain nothing more than empty rhetoric. For millions of Britons, this petition represents not just a call for new elections, but their final opportunity to be heard, to compel politicians to pay attention and ultimately to take action.
Last night, a petition was launched calling for a general election on the basis that Labour have broken promises and done things they never ever said they'd do. Its kind of trust is breaking down. Well, unbelievably, it's already on 750,000 signatures. Even Elon Musk has been talking about it. I've never seen a petition go this quickly. Let me ask you, do you think there should be a general election because of what Labour have done?
This is their unique opportunity to shape the future and decide whether the UK will be responsible and prosperous or continue down a path of bitter disappointment. The momentum created by this petition has profoundly unsettled political experts. Analysts are baffled by how a single online initiative could engage millions so quickly. The key lies in the unprecedented desire for change among the populace. The strong belief that the government is failing to meet the needs of its citizens has sparked a flame of discontent. People no longer wish to remain in the shadows, resigned to inaction. While it may be easy to dismiss such movements as mere fleeting expressions of online outrage, this petition signifies something much deeper. It represents a genuine collective awakening, a powerful wave that has the potential to alter the course of history.
Him. Now, there's a petition going around the internet at the moment, which more than 2 million people, I think 2.3 million people have signed, calling for a general election. Now, there is absolutely no way that having won a majority of 170 seats, that Keir Starmer is going to call an election after 4 months. So it's, as I said in my talk up there, you might as well whistle in the wind because it ain't going to happen. And in fact, I would say nor should it, even though I disagree with virtually everything this government has done so far. But even I can see that you can't have a general election 4 months after Labour have won a massive landslide, albeit on a relatively small percentage share of the vote. So why are people calling for this?
The UK is experiencing a significant turning point, and the voice of the people has never been louder. What began as a simple online petition has evolved into a powerful and unwavering demand for accountability that is shaking the very foundations of the Labour Party. In just a few weeks, over 2 million people have signed this document, and these figures represent more than mere numbers. They reflect the outcry of a nation weary of unfulfilled promises and leadership that feels increasingly disconnected from reality. This petition is not just another online campaign, it is a political earthquake. The magnitude of this uprising is astonishing. From quiet villages to bustling city streets, individuals from all walks of life are coming together with a singular, undeniable demand: Starmer's resignation.
Well, it is because Keir Starmer has achieved something which I could never have thought possible. After 4 months, his government and he personally is as unpopular as the last Conservative government was and the last Conservative Prime Minister was. I did think it was funny. On This Morning, I was watching it, Keir Starmer did an interview, and Andy Peters put a question to him and say, but you're even more unpopular than Nigel Farage, as if that should be a surprise. I mean, it was a slightly strange question, I thought.
This is a powerful and urgent message that the government must finally listen to the people and stop ignoring their concerns. Keir Starmer came to power with the promise of a fresh approach and genuine solutions to Britain's pressing issues, yet he has betrayed that trust by implementing a disastrous budget that has stifled economic growth, led to mass layoffs, and caused a significant drop in investment. This is not merely a failure, it is a tragedy. We need drastic policy changes. I truly hope that the opposition in Parliament will demonstrate resolve and avoid repeating the mistakes of the ruling party. However, with each passing day, Keir Starmer's promises feel increasingly hollow and lifeless. People are losing confidence in his leadership and are beginning to question whether he is more focused on crafting an image than achieving real results. The government's policies appear disconnected from reality, especially in light of the ongoing cost of living crisis that impacts every family.
You campaigned for it, you fought for it, you voted for it, and now it has arrived. Change begins now. But a mandate like this comes with a great responsibility. Our task is nothing less than renewing the ideas that hold this country together. National renewal. Whoever you are, wherever you started in life, if you work hard, if you play by the rules, this country should give you a fair chance to get on. It should always respect your contribution, and we have to restore that. I don't promise you it will be easy. Changing a country is not like flicking a switch. It's hard work.
When Starmer was questioned about the widely publicized petition and whether he sensed a negative response from the public, he replied with a chilling indifference, "I remind myself that many people did not vote for Labour in the last election. I'm not surprised that many of them want to vote again. That's not how our system works. That's why I'm focused on the decisions I have to make every day." This dismissive answer only fueled the outrage among citizens, making it clear that Starmer does not take their concerns seriously. For a leader who vowed to restore trust and ensure transparency, such a reaction left a bitter impression and a deep sense of disappointment. Many Britons now believe that Keir Starmer's leadership is marred by unfulfilled promises and missed opportunities. While Labour has proclaimed its intentions to transform Britain, in reality, they have turned a once free market economy and an open liberal society into a genuine socialist nightmare.
You have to make it all add up. Yeah. You're spending and you're taxing.
OK, I tell you what 1.8 million people would do, and that is give us a chance to vote again.
It's probably higher than that now,
So,
Susanna.
there are
Brenda from Bristol going to say?
less than 5 months since the general election, 1.8 million people have signed a petition calling for another one.
Not another one.
No, not another one. There we go. Just a day after it was first created, the number putting their names to it continued to rise. The petition simply says, I would like there to be another general election, but explains that by saying the current Labour government have gone back on the promises they laid out in the lead up to the last election, call a general election, and apparently one of the high-profile signatories is British Olympic swimmer Sharon Davis.
Well, there we are.
This profound sense of betrayal has sparked an unprecedented level of support for the petition. For millions, the issue transcends mere policy failures. It reflects a fundamental need to hold leaders accountable when they fail to fulfill their commitments. If Keir Starmer continues to disregard public concerns and ignore significant protests, not only will his leadership be jeopardized, but the very credibility of the Labour Party will also be at stake. He is an utter disgrace, and I believe he is unworthy of this position. He comes across as a man with an inflated ego who consistently seeks to blame others rather than take responsibility for his actions.
Well, I think it's getting quite a lot of traction because, well, first of all, you referenced it there. I mean, 6.8 million people voted for the Conservatives at the last general election. If we look at those numbers alone, there's 6.8 million people who aren't happy with Labour being in power. There's also the fact that petition data shows that the locations of people who have signed this petition, many of them are from foreign countries. Having said all that, we know that Labour's polls have plummeted since they got into power. I think there are a few reasons for that. I mean, we heard a few of them today when I was at the Confederation of British Industry conference. And there were business leaders who were very, very cross.
Tax hikes, soaring inflation, and the failure to address long-standing issues have fueled significant frustration and anger among the populace. The Labour government under Starmer's leadership has come under intense scrutiny from the public, and in the recent by-elections, many dissatisfied voters sought alternatives by turning to other political parties as a form of protest. In light of this growing anger and discontent, Starmer has finally addressed a new petition calling for a fresh general election. What are your thoughts on this video? Tell me your opinion in the comments. See you